Omo, so many people will not be happy with what Mikel Obi said. Oh yes, but the truth be told, he said the truth. Oh yes, it is said only the truth can set you free. He spoke the truth. It is what we have here in Africa. Football is not being managed by those that are equipped to manage it. Oh yes. Let's watch in this video and see what Mikel Obi said.
Just talk about it. When I represented my country, obviously, at the Olympic in Brazil, and we had to fly to Brazil, and we waited. We waited. The day we were supposed to fly, we waited from morning till night, waiting for a plane to take us to Brazil.
To Brazil.
There was no plane to take us to Brazil
Because there was infighting behind the scenes
exactly.
of who's going to pick up the tab.
Who's going to pick up the tab. The FA didn't want to pick up the tab. The government, I think, the money was there. Maybe the money was released, but then the FA or whoever the money got into his hands refused to release the money. So we waited at the airport from morning till night. There was no flight to take us to Brazil. I had to pay for that flight to take us to Brazil.
The whole team.
Yeah. I had to get us to Brazil. And these are little things. Hotels sometimes, there's been a few times, where I sought out my hotel because, the hotel was that they've produced for us, provided for us, is so bad that you can't stay in it.
So you then had to move.
So then I have to move, or I had to move whatever, to make sure that the environment is well more conducive for players and for us to be able to make sure that we perform. And just these little things that that when you look at and you think, of course, the players have the blame sometimes, because they don't want to represent the African roots. I get it, I understand it. You made your decisions, stick by it. But the FA. They need to fucking get their acts right. They need to make sure they get the right people who will run the federation. Because it's just about getting the right people to run the FA properly.
Yeah.
You have all this, all these men, sitting there that know nothing about football, never played the game, doesn't know how it feels, to be a footballer. Doesn't know what it takes for a footballer to perform and be successful. They are just there because obviously they've been voted in, and then they have this power where they get the money from the government and they don't want to release it. They release maybe 10% of it, and then the rest is shared between among them. And that's what takes the beauty out of it, because the players now don't get the well looked after environment. In terms of facilities, in terms of flights, hotels, and things like that, and then the players suffer. And then when they don't perform, we scream and shout that they're not performing. But the things that led up to that as well should be looked at, and that's why I think the right people should be appointed. I think the players who's played the game, who's represented the country. I can talk about Nigeria now, who's represented the country, who's shed blood and tears for the country, should be appointed to run the football federation in Nigeria. Not just football as well, sports. I can talk about the likes of Kanu, Jeje Okocha. These people should be appointed. They've earned the right to be able to represent, to run football in Nigeria, because they know what it means to represent to represent Nigeria. So I think a lot of changes needs to be made. We need to make sure the corruption is cut out. Definitely the corruption should be cut out, because we don't need that in football in Nigeria.
John Obi Mikel.